Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me. My name is Frances. I'm an advisor in the College of Engineering here at UC Santa Barbara, and today we'll be discussing the guide to summer school. Our agenda is to talk about whether or not you should consider summer school, where to take summer school, and then how to sign up and what to do after you've completed courses. First and foremost, it is not required if you are on grid to take summer school. If you look at your study plans, you'll notice that summer is not incorporated in the grid. However, it can be helpful if you wish to lighten future quarters. So if you look ahead and you see there might be some 16 or 17 unit quarters, talk with an advisor and we can discuss how to make summer school productive for you to hopefully lighten a future load. It also can be helpful if you know you're planning a minor or perhaps adding a second major. And similarly, advisors would be happy to discuss what type of classes to take to make that a bit more feasible. Summer is great if you want to explore other disciplines. Sometimes courses have a bit more accessibility in the summer, that courses that might normally be impacted during the academic year, or certainly some departments actually open up some of their courses that are limited to majors only in the summer, or there might be disciplines if you're exploring summer school someplace else that we don't offer at UCSB. So summer can be a great way to explore. I will say, just a reminder, if you are considering UCSB summer session, College of Engineering courses are limited in the summer. We don't offer all of the required major courses in the summer. If you happen to be off grid and you're trying to catch up, or you find you're in a position where you need to repeat courses to improve GPA, before considering summer session, please make sure you discuss this with an advisor in the College of Engineering so we can talk about the best places for you to attend and what you might need to take. We kind of lump your options into four big categories about where to attend. Certainly there's UC Santa Barbara summer session. You also can attend another UC summer session. There, of course, are several California community college campuses. And then the last big group I call other, and that includes California State University campuses, certainly other private universities in California, out-of-state institutions, both 2-year and 4-year, and then certainly international universities. We'll go over some basic facts about each of these. These are not meant to be a pros and cons list. It's just some different parameters exist for each of them. And depending on what you're trying to accomplish with your summer school, one of these places may be a better fit than the other. We'll start with the California Community College system. One helpful thing about the CC system is there are articulation agreements which exist and are published on a website called assist.org that let you know which classes will transfer. You can also find the articulations of particular UCSB course equivalents. So if you're looking at finding the equivalent of linear algebra, you can find which courses have already been approved. You can also find pre-identified courses for general education. That means no petition will be required. If it's on the list under that GE category, it will apply to that GE category once the course transfers. Very important to note, GPA does not transfer from the California Community College. You're looking at getting units and what we call subject credit, but the grades earned while they stay on that community college transcript, they are not recalculated into your UCSB GPA. You may not work on the GE special subject writing requirement. This can only be done with UCSB courses. Please do not try to repeat courses at the community college. So if you've earned a credit here for a class, don't try to take it there. And if you're trying to improve your grade, don't try to take it at the community college because again, grades don't transfer. These are 2-year schools, so that means they do not offer upper division coursework. Other UCs, important to note, the units will transfer. It's a UC system. Numbers 1 through 99 are considered lower division. Numbers 100 through 199 are upper division courses. Your grades will also transfer. That means the courses that you take and the grades that you earn, they will be recalculated into your UCSB GPA once you send in the transcripts. Now, there isn't a list of UCSB equivalents. Now, some departments internally keep a list and you may need to work with the departments to see if that's the case. If they don't, you'll have to provide information to them to have them review in advance if the course is a appropriate equivalent for what you're trying to take. Similarly, there is no pre-approved list of general education. So if you're trying to take a GE course at another UC, you would need to work with an advisor in the College of Engineering to have that course reviewed, preferably prior to taking it, to see if it's a good fit for that category. Again, you cannot complete general education special subject writing requirements with coursework from other UCs, and please check with an advisor before repeating courses, because again, we want to talk about how repeats work. Now, the CSU system, other California private institutions, or out-of-state schools, there is no advanced evaluation of unit transfer. What that means is you won't know for certain before you take the class if you will receive unit credit for the class from UCSB. In general, you need to look for an accredited institution. It needs to have coursework that is similar in depth and breadth to what we offer here at the UC for coursework to be transferable, but we can't guarantee in advance that you will receive credit. Now, both departments and the college are happy to work with students on evaluating syllabi and detailed course descriptions to see if those courses might fit into requirements, both GE or particular department equivalents, but we can't confirm that you will absolutely get credit for the class prior to taking it. You may not work on GE special subject writing requirements from these institutions, and since GPA does not transfer, do not try to repeat courses at these institutions. And lastly, universities outside the United States. Do make sure that the institution is recognized by that government's Ministry of Education. There again is no advanced evaluation of unit transfer, but both the departments and the college can look at syllabi and descriptions to help you have an idea if the course might substitute for a requirement here. But again, we can't confirm that you will receive credit. You cannot work on GE special subject writing requirement from these institutions. And again, grades do not transfer from these institutions either, so please don't try to repeat courses. Once you've determined that you would like to attend summer school and you maybe have an idea of what you're trying to take, then it comes to decision time about the institution. And I have 4 questions on the top of the screen here that are designed to help you figure out the options. And you may have to start with one and then it'll come up with an answer and then you'll apply the next question. So it's a little bit of a decision tree that you may apply several questions to. If you have any if you want some insight or some feedback on these, we'd be happy to talk with you in one of our advising sessions. First and foremost, you might consider asking yourself if it matters to you that the GPA transfers. If that's a primary concern, then really you're looking at UC Santa Barbara summer session or another UC summer session, because only those courses will affect GPA. If that's not all that important to you, then really all the places are still on the table. And I would move to the next kind of sorting question of, do you need upper division courses? If you do need upper division courses, then you are looking at either UCSB, another UC, or a 4-year accredited institution. If you're going outside the UC system, make sure that you note the numbering system, which course numbers are considered lower division, which course numbers are considered upper division. If that isn't a primary factor for you, then again, quite a few options on the table, and you might move on to the next question of, are you looking for things to be pre-approved in advance, knowing that you'll get units for the course, knowing that the course indeed is an equivalent. If that's very important to you and you don't need upper division courses, then the California Community College is probably your best bet, because again, it's already identified on a website called assist.org what transfers and how it will apply. I have a video on how to use Assist, so if you're going this route, make sure you check out that video. If you don't find that that's your highest concern, then once again, you've got quite a bit on the table available to you. And you might look at the finances aspect then. If finances are a primary factor in your decision-making, certainly for California residents, the California Community College is one of the more affordable options. If that's less of an issue, then again, all the schools are still on the table and you may need to circle back around to the other questions. Once you've decided what institution to attend, certainly you'll need to fill out an application to attend them. For the California Community College, they'll likely have a short online application. Once you've enrolled in classes and you take the classes, make sure you send your official transcripts to the UCSB Office of Admissions once grades are issued. Do allow several weeks for credit to be issued. In the meantime, especially if you're taking something in the summer and you're trying to enroll in a class in fall in past 3 and the summer class was the prereq, you might need to show the unofficial transcript to the major department if you need to clear prereqs. Once credit is actually issued, you don't need any petitions to apply the course to the major requirement or GE as long as it was listed on assist.org. For all other institutions, again, you need to fill out some sort of application with that school and get enrolled. You need to send your official transcripts back to UCSB admissions once the grades are issued, allow several weeks for credit to be evaluated. And then once credit is awarded, then you actually petition with a syllabus to apply that credit to a particular major or GE requirement. If you took a class just purely for the units only and you're not trying to apply it to a requirement, then at that point, once you see credit awarded, you don't need to take any further action. Once credit is awarded, it will show up in two places in gold. You can find it in the course history, and it will then be integrated into your major progress check under all credit accepted. If it's a class for a GE or a major, if it's a community college, it'll auto-populate. If it's taken somewhere else, you'll do a petition process. You can see in the course history screen, this example, the student took summer 2020 at Glendale Community College. One of the courses had a direct UCSB equivalent to Math 4B. The other course, Intro to Business, 4.5 units were awarded. It doesn't have a UCSB equivalent. So after courses appear here for non-California community college work, then you can start the petition process to apply the requirements. You start with your major department if it's a course for your major requirements. You start with the College of Engineering if it is for GE. A few important things to note. Especially Physics 2, although there are other classes, are not very often a one-to-one articulation. So more often than not, it will require more than one class at another school to cover the content of our Physics 2. It's just one of the topics that seems to be spread out in other institutions. Interestingly enough, Math 6A and 6B are multivariable calculus courses here at UCSB. Those often are covered by just one semester course. We find that general chemistry is often a series to series articulation at the California Community College, meaning it can be very hard to find just Chem 1B because frequently you need more than one community college course. If you're planning on a semester school summer session, that frequently will start while UCSB spring quarter is still in session, so do plan accordingly, especially when it comes to finals. And lastly, this may sound silly, but don't try to take courses at the community college or anywhere really that you already have earned unit credit for at UCSB. We can't give you credit more than once for a course that you've already completed. Final words of advice. This can be a lot. There can be multiple factors in making your decisions, and so you don't have to do it all on your own. We are here to help in the college. So please feel free to contact us if you would like some help with the decision making or the finer points of which institution might meet your needs over another one. If you're not sure how to get in contact with us, you can meet with us via drop-in or our advising appointments, and those links are all on the College of Engineering website. We wish you well, good luck this summer, and take good care of yourselves.